And welcome back. My name is Jake Mendel.
I'm John Supowitz, and it is the early of November. We're halfway through the football season, so let's see who's going to make the NBA Finals this year.
I think it only makes sense, and I think, there's a lot of people who bet on sports, and I think the best bet here would have to be the Warriors and the Cavs.
You know what? As much as we would like to see Warriors, Cavs again, I don't think that's going to happen. You know what? That was a good trilogy. I loved it. But you know what? I think the NBA is a lot better this year. I think there's more better teams. A lot of teams have improved. And right now, the Cavs are not playing that well. They're really not. And it's not going to be one of those, oh, they're not, they worry about the playoffs. I think because teams are better now, I think that more teams are going to take over, and I think they could lose in the playoffs this year.
See, you mentioned they're a good trilogy. You know what was another really good trilogy? That was Star Wars. Star Wars was so good, they made more. They did more than the trilogy.
You know what? Back to the Future's my trilogy.
So when we look at the Cavs and their early season struggles, we see these young teams playing well. Couldn't we make the argument that a lot of this is that it's still early in the season, and let's not forget the preseason was cut. A lot of the preseason was cut out, and as a result, the season started earlier. These young teams have these fresh legs, and these older teams that are used to, taking it slow, seeing how teams play and playing to them, we haven't seen that yet. We've seen the Pistons, Magic, and...
I mean, well, the thing is, too, you know what? Usually the Cavs can take it easy during the season, and of course they'll get maybe the one, or the last year they got the 2 seed and still beat the Celtics. But you know what? Let's see what happens with the Celtics this year. Was it Kyrie needed LeBron, or did LeBron need Kyrie? Kyrie is averaging 21 points a game. They lost their 2 straight, and they thought, oh, the world's going to be over. We don't have Gordon Hayward. They pulled off 9 straight.
The thing about that, though, you're saying LeBron needed Kyrie. LeBron's the best player in the world. Against the Golden State Warriors 2 years ago in the finals, he didn't have Kyrie or Love. His second option, Delhi. And they still took the Warriors 6 games. There's going to be this LeBron mode. We saw it the other night when he put up 57 points. He is capable of making the rest of the Eastern Conference, no matter how old, no matter how young, no matter who's on his team, look like a complete joke. And that's going to come around playoff time. We're going to see the switch just go off, and we're going to sit back and just enjoy the greatest player in the world.
You know what the thing is, too, though? They have, who's their number 2, 3 coming off the bench? They have Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade doesn't have ankles anymore. I think he left him in Miami because he didn't have him in Chicago.
See, he absolutely did not have him in Chicago. But what we did see last time Miami was in a playoff run and they were competitive was 2015. And Dwayne Wade made those playoffs 10 times better by getting into this argument with this purple shirt guy on the sideline. He summoned that inner 2009 flash, and I think he's still going to be able to do that. And we can talk about how old the Cavs are. The Cavs are the oldest team in the NBA. You know what the next 2 oldest teams are? The Warriors and the Spurs. These are 2 teams that are going to be at the top of their conference no matter what. The Cavs, you got to give them some time. Isaiah Thomas, when he comes back, he's going to give the NBA the biggest revenge story of all time. The Celtics, I don't think, have a shot against an Isaiah Thomas with revenge.
You know what? Even if it's not the Celtics, I do like Detroit this year. Tobias Harris right now, 5 points better than his career average at 19 points. That's a good young team. Maybe the Joe Louis Arena cursed him out a little bit. And I'm liking Milwaukee. They just picked up Eric Bledsoe, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He just went off 40 points last night against the Cavs. Yes, they lost, but with this team coming up, let's see how when Jabari Parker comes back too. Let's see how they do with that team. I think not just the Celtics, but I also think Milwaukee can make a strong run in the playoffs.
I think Giannis's time is coming, and I think I'd be lying if I said he's not going to be arguably the greatest player in the league. But I think for him to get that, you need to lose. If you remember back to the 2007 finals, it was Tim Duncan hugging LeBron saying, your time's coming, your time's coming. And I think LeBron's going to be passing that torch to Giannis soon enough. But as of right now, I think he's not he doesn't have the playoff experience. They have a rookie or a second-year player like Thon Maker starting at center. I think they're just so young that they're going to still have those growing pains come playoff time.
You know what? Even if, let's say the Cavs get maybe the 3, and let's say maybe Milwaukee gets to that 6. I think that could be a 7-game series. So even if, let's say, the Cavs take that series, if they get the Game 7 in Cleveland, we'll see what happens the next round after that.
Right.
Let's see if they're tired. Again, you said they're an older team, so we'll see what happens in the second round. And then, of course, you go to conference finals, and then you get the finals.
I think we'll touch on the Western Conference real quick. And I think there's really no debate. I think the best way to compare the Warriors, if you had to like describe them as something, I'd say they're 1%. Everyone is sharing a small amount of money when they have all the riches. They're just miles ahead of everyone. I don't really think there's much of an argument.
Exactly. You know, I'm giving the opportunity to Houston this year. I mean, of course, you know, you have James. Oh my God,
Harden.
James Harden. You know, reigning MVP. You know, and you know what? He's doing better this year, I think. 29-point average, and you know what? He's actually passing the ball. I know. You're shocked. I'm shocked too.
Absolutely.
He's actually passing the ball this year. I'm going to give them Minnesota. They're playing Minnesota tonight. The Warriors are playing Minnesota tonight. Let's see how that goes. Again, it's early in the season. Even if they lose, let's see how competitive they are.
You know, at the end of the day, I think you really can't doubt on a lineup of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson. You take away one of those, I'd still take those three over anyone else in the Western Conference.
Okay.
For our little segment here, I'm Jake Mendel.
I'm John Supowitz.
Rock on.
Thank you.